Okie dokie. So, I'm pretty sure that's watching these YouTube videos back. Every single one is me going okie dokie. So, but it's session 5, and we left off. You had battled these crabs. You were victorious. You had battled the ghosts, and you were victorious with a few minor casualties. But it's all fine. There was some stabilization going on, some use of waiting around for people to wake up, and making a sledge to pull injured companions home on. And everyone's awake now, just as you have reached the Temple of Santa Perdita back in Pensueno. And Sister Morel has kind of just welcomed you in to the healing room that the other party was in, with that injured human. So that is where we have left off. It is about 8 o'clock in the evening, still raining, and go for it.
Are we all conscious now? Sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yes, everyone's conscious. I think Wraith and Wrath and Tokki are on 1 hit point.
Yep.
And Xana and Harvey are there.
No.
Oh, hello. No.
What?
What?
Sister Morel healed me for 4.
Did she? Okay, nice one.
Yeah.
You were like, no, and I was like, what?
The way you shushed me, so I was like, why am I being
no.
quiet?
I was saying Harvey and Xana are in the corner, but they're being quiet.
Literally,
I was like, Chloe.
Oh no, I've got
We talked about this. No. That's so funny. No, you have this hit
Rat,
points.
you healed? I know Wraith wasn't. Wraith refused it.
I'm not. Oh, I don't think so. No.
Yeah, I think you're just on 1. And yeah, obviously Wraith is still looking very worse for wear. With like
hence our picture.
Yes,
Pale,
very
dull,
pale.
damp.
No life in her.
My usual hair is bedraggled down to my waist.
No.
And up in my crown, my braided crown.
Oh.
If your hair is dry, Raph will start doing your hair up the way you
Oh.
Dry,
usually do.
yeah. Is it dry?
No,
No, it's
out?
probably not dry. It's probably like
I'll
sea
get
salty as well.
I'll get a flame
not
cantrip
salty.
out and like hold your hair not on it, near it to dry it, and be like hair dry with your hand.
I swear to Hades, brother, if you burn my hair again.
I'm not gonna burn your hair. I've done this many times. Right, the first 10 times I may have burnt your hair, but now I'm like skilled at this. It's fine.
Sister Morel is just gonna be like, okay, so, are you okay? You look like you've been through something.
I think we're good. We
Vale.
laid the ghost to rest.
Ah, fantastic.
Did we?
We did lay the ghost to rest, didn't we,
We
guys?
laid the ghosts to rest.
Oh, good.
Harvey read out the
Thank you,
prayer.
Alanis.
Those of us that were still conscious at the time.
Oh,
That was a team effort.
this is fantastic news. Was this the shipwreck of the Sycamore?
Yes, it was, yes.
Amazing. Well, there were 3, yes?
Yep.
Okay,
Yes.
well, I'll obviously get your reward. Does anyone, and not to rush away and give you your money, but does anyone need any more help and is kind of looking at you very, very concerned?
I am completely blank-faced. I'm leaning on my brother while trying to make it look like I'm not leaning on my brother as he dries my hair for me.
Fair.
Wraith will respond with, that is most kind, but I'm quite fine, thank you.
Okay, as long as you're sure. Every fucking accent I do.
Do
is
you
just
have
Russian.
anything that you could offer that could, help my sister, given what is happening?
I elbow him.
I will
I'm quite
describe. Oh no! Sorry, I misspoke. I'm sorry. The spasms.
This is fine.
No.
Would you like to you, Wrath is like, would you like some healing? You look.
I
Yes,
look
you
at my
would.
sister.
And I push him forward.
Oh!
That would be most
Ah,
kind.
okay.
Thank you.
Okay.
As I push him forward, I stagger into his back a bit.
Okay.
Oh!
She's gonna kind of rub her hands together, get in the warm, and then reach into a pouch and pull out some kind of dried herbs and rub them, and like this green light comes out. And she holds it to you. Oh wow! And you gain 9 hit points.
Oh wow.
Oh, Max.
That's up to
Let's
Max.
fucking go.
That's crazy.
I look at my sister. I'm like, can I really not help you in any way?
Quite fine, thank you.
Okay. Algomath,
Damn.
anything else for anyone? I will go and get them.
Do you have any health potions?
We have. I mean, we have some. We would. I mean, it's market day tomorrow. We were gonna stock up then. But we may have some.
I think after the experience we've had today, while dealing with the remaining ghost problem, we may need some extra juice, shall we say.
I see. Well, maybe we could negotiate the fee and give a healing potion in place of a reward if you think this would be more beneficial to you.
Damn.
How much was the reward again?
It was
Like
20
reward.
gold each per ghost laid to rest.
Doesn't work out, guys.
Well,
It's going to be a no from us.
right.
We could go to the market tomorrow. I'm sure we
Just
can
to
find
clarify,
some.
she means like, if you forgo one lot of 20 gold, she'll give you a health potion.
Oh, then yes, that is a better deal.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think that would be most appreciated. I myself will sacrifice my 20 gold in exchange for a health potion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if anyone else would wish to as well.
I'll do the same.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll do the same.
Cool.
Yeah, I think it works out.
Nice. Awesome. Okay, she's like, okay, bear with me. I'll go and get these for you. And she leaves the room. If you guys wanted to chat about anything while she's gone, you've got about like 2 minutes before she comes back.
I really need a drink after this. A strong one. Maybe several.
Yep. We're gonna get plastered.
I wouldn't go that far. Some of
Suppose
us
I
are
okay.
could. I
Just
suppose I
saying.
could be persuaded to a drink.
Oh, you're all drinking? Yeah, let's drink.
Nice. So Sister Morel comes back in. She like knock at the door before she comes in, and then she'll kind of enter. And she's got 4 healing potions for you. She's like, okay, these are some of the last ones we have actually. So we'll have to see if Renata has any more tomorrow in her store. And we'll hand those to you, and then she will give everyone the money that they deserve. So 40 gold for everyone on the call, and then 60 for the other 2 that aren't here, which we'll sort out when they are back. Which I'll put
Was that
in
just
my
a
notes.
regular?
Yes, just a regular healing potion, yeah.
Excellent. And 40 gold.
Just whacks us with a supreme health potion. That's
Yeah,
what
she's
I
like,
want.
oh wait,
That
this
would
is
be
all we've
amazing.
got.
20 gold.
To Harvey and Zana. Cool. Yeah, wait, yeah, wait, yes, sorry. Maths just happened, which is why.
Wasn't it 60 for them each?
Yes. I was
Yeah.
like, is that right? And I was like, yes, Lauren, be quiet. So you have your gold, you have your healing potions. She says, I believe that you have also taken Sister Morel. No, that's me. Mother Cremini has told us that you are taking on the more mysterious ghost case as well.
I believe that's a job for tomorrow. First thing tomorrow,
That sounds smart.
after
From
a nap.
the state of you, this sounds like a good idea.
Oh.
I think you'll find I'm never in a state. It's quite all right. Wraith walks out.
I'll take your okay, she's gone.
I hurriedly follow.
Wraith staggers out, should I say.
Thank you for your time, Sister Morel.
Of course, Perdita with
We will be back after we've dealt with the mysterious ghost tomorrow.
incredible stuff. And you know what you are doing with this one? Where to go?
Sure
Maybe
do.
refresh my memory.
So Tokki's like, yep, and Alana's is like, no.
A lot has happened today, and it's blown out of my mind.
That's perfectly reasonable. The other one is a bit more mysterious. So it is east. Here we go. A mile east into the marsh. People have reported along a road. Is it along the road? I don't know. No, it's not. While traveling through the marsh, people have reported like cold spots, horses spooking. And yeah, that's a mile east.
Is there anything in particular we should look for? Any kind of landmark or?
Well, it has been people
Out there?
following the road. So if you just kind of follow the road east, but it's not on the road. People kind of say as they are traveling, sometimes they wander off to camp, or that's when they hear it. There, people say about a lone tree out there. We don't get many trees in the bogs, but there is a tree out there, a willow, and people seem to say, no one's gone too close, but people seem to say that is where the spots are coldest, and strange sounds, wailings.
That's very helpful, thank you.
Of course. And feel free to talk to people around town. I haven't seen anything myself, but I'm sure people traveling through locals will have found something as well. They may know more.
Thank you. That was a Lauren tip, I feel.
A little bit, yeah. I very much crossed out a bunch of stuff that I'd written when you guys like marching off towards the crabs. I was like, oh, that's fine. Scroll down. It's your game. You play it how you want. Cool.
Wraith staggering across the square with Wrath and Toad towards the black trumpet.
Awesome.
She's not waiting for Tokki to land this.
Yeah, I took Alana's catching up for.
I'm like, yeah, thank you for your help. I need to go make sure she doesn't bleed out or something.
Yes, she did look quite badly hurt. I'm sure good night's sleep will help, but
No part of me is bleeding. Just like to say.
yeah, that's true. She looked anemic.
I did.
Get some iron in her.
Yeah, we'll go check on her. I
Fantastic.
think they were inviting us to drink, right, Alanis?
I think so. I don't think they would have mentioned it around us if it wasn't an open invitation. So.
Well, I don't know, but I'm going to pretend that it was. And I'll go racing off after them.
You love running after all.
I do love running.
He's really good at it.
The way that you have brought that up every session, and I'm like, I'm a real runner. It's in my backstory that I like running.
So we wrote a little story, and it's in the story.
I've got it in like calligraphy somewhere. I love running.
Like, I don't know many things about Tokki, but I know that he loves running.
We're gonna bring it up.
Who made notes and for the B were like, loves running, fucked my brother.
My only personality traits.
Oh no.
Oh dear.
Brilliant.
Awesome. So yes, you guys run across the square, kind of through the rain, following these two into the black trumpet. So you enter, and it's kind of, it's like a Tuesday night, the lender, and it's kind of, there's not too many people in there. A few people sort of finishing up a sort of more late dinner. But as you step in, and Alanis, you follow, the barmaid sort of perks up. Same one. She's very tired. She looks up and she says, "Oh, Miss Ethel.
Mm.
I have
Yeah.
a letter for you."
Oh,
What was that name? Sorry,
Dunno. What was
Ethel.
it?
Ethel.
Ethel, my last name.
Thank you.
I'll
She's like,
take
"Yeah,
the letter.
yes." It's like sort of very crumpled parchment, sort of A5 sized, that's sort of been like folded in on itself a little bit, and in kind of like very kind of immature but attempting to be neat handwriting. It says Ms. Alanis on the front. And so
Aw.
you have this, which should pop up on your roll 20.
Oh, that's so cute.
Did you want the others to see it, or
I can see it.
cute? There we go.
Oh, that's adorable.
Aww. Oh.
Oh, the little drawing.
It's so cute.
She used her best pencils for it.
Adorable.
I also
Tokki
made
is-
sure
oh.
to I made sure to do little circles in all the eyes and not use a single piece of punctuation apart from at the beginning and end.
That is not how I
One
spell
long
loon
sentence.
either.
Mm.
Where did I spell loon? It was so long ago. Loon.
Oh, no.
Tokki is trying so hard not to be jealous that
Yeah.
his cousin wrote a letter to someone else and not him. He's like, fine, it's cool. She
You
should
got a
have role
mention.
models.
I got an honorable mention.
I did get an honorable mention.
But yes, so she hands that over to you. And she's like, "Were you wanting dinner, by the way?"
Oh, yes, please.
Brilliant. And she'll present you with the menu. Because I made it, so let's get a couple of uses out of it. Where did I put it? Where are we? Caldetta. Pensuena. Black trumpet menu. There you are. If you did want to order any food or drinks, or if you just wanted to head to bed, that is up to you.
Do you have coffee?
Yeah, we've got coffee. We can we have a coffee machine.
Strong, black,
Okay.
a pot. If you would be so
A pot.
kind.
Okay. Yes. Okay. And she wanders in. That'll be. Let me look at my fucking currency converter. That would be 3 silver pieces. 2, 3. You got a pot. 4 silver pieces.
On it. Done.
Yeah, you are
Paid.
presented with a pot of coffee, and she does give you like 4 mugs with it. She's not sure how many of you are drinking the coffee. And there's like a little bowl of sugar, and there is some milk on the side if you want some.
I drag
Yeah.
one mug and the whole pot closer.
Nice.
Aw.
Do you audibly say "oh"?
No.
Yeah, it's like filter coffee.
Ugh.
Yeah, like a cafetiere sort of thing.
Yeah, gonna pour myself a steaming cup, and
That's
then
good.
sort of sit back against the cushions, cradling the cup.
Nice. Smells very
Not that I will
cozy.
say it, but my hands are cold, and I am cold, and
Oh.
I will not admit this, but I am.
Yeah, your hair's probably a little bit damp still.
Yeah.
After the prestidigitation and your brother braiding it, it's sort of, yeah. What's everyone else doing?
I'm gonna order a Kraken Zinc ramen.
Cute.
I think that sounds delicious.
Mm.
And I guess I will have a Kinderi.
Nice. Cute. Very nice. Cool. She takes the order. She's like, bueno, brilliant. Thank you.
Oh, bueno.
Bueno, they're Spanish. Can't you
Muy
tell
bien,
by my
Lauren.
Spanish accent? Everyone's meant to be Spanish here, but there we are. That's Caldetta.
Love that.
Just randomly thrown in some Spanish words to keep me
Why not?
on
Why
track.
not? Yep.
I'll have
Hello?
the curry, please.
Fantastic, gracias.
Oh,
¿Algo más?
I'm sorry, I did German. I don't.
Anything else?
The Kinderi as well, please.
Perfect. You two? Looking at Wrath.
are you sure you don't want anything to eat, sister?
My second cup of coffee just jittering already.
Yeah, basically.
You're starting to vibrate. I think you should have something to eat.
Whatever you think is best, brother. And she's just lying there with her head resting back on the cushion, her eyes closed.
Aww. 2 little soups, please.
Perfect.
Um,
Excellent stuff. Write that all down. Any drinks for you?
I get some
push it.
tap
There's
water,
coffee on
please.
I push a cup of
Tap
coffee
water.
towards him if he wants it. Or like
Cool.
a cafetiere.
No worries. I've got another cup of coffee.
Nice.
Let's go. The twins are going to be absolutely off their shit on caffeine. Let's go.
Love it. I've just
Rafe
looked at
needs
what.
every drop.
Nice. Just looked at what it's generated for the coffee. I obviously didn't edit that because it's like a brewed with beans from the mystical mountains of Java, and I'm like,
Oh,
that's
wow.
in game now. There are mystical mountains in Java in game.
Perfect.
Yeah. Perfect. Perfecto. She is going to take your money, your dinero, and head off back to the kitchens to put that
Gracias.
in gratena. That's Italian. Don't worry about
No,
it.
Donado is Spanish as well.
Is it? There we are then, dinero.
Yeah.
You know, when you two said you needed a drink, I assumed you meant alcohol.
Yeah.
Yeah, I have to eat first, then I drink.
Very wise.
It's very sensible.
Line the stomach.
Mm-hmm.
Wraith is
Well-
almost asleep on the chair, clutching her coffee.
That's a tip.
I suppose thanks are in order for saving my life not once but twice today. I'm not quite sure who did what because I was unconscious, but thank you to all of you.
It was. And Raph did a lot. And Rafe did a lot as well.
You're so very welcome, Tokki. I'm very glad you've made it back alive. You're an asset to the team, truly.
Thank you, Wraith. I'm gonna take that wholly sincerely and also say you're welcome for saving your brother.
Well,
I noticed that
Oh.
you were a little bit worried about him.
I'm always worried about him and his choices, obviously. I just crack my eyes open at that looking at Tokki, so I do, and then let them shut again.
Just grins back.
Alanis is watching it like a tennis match.
Raph is just not going to speak in case it's ever.
Wrath's like, I feel like this is all my fault and I don't know why.
Yeah.
The consequences of his actions catching up
Yeah.
with him.
Oh, yeah.
Your food comes, by the way. She dishes out all your food. All your soups and your ramens and your noodles and your curries and your ciders.
Braith will
Writing.
pick at hers. If anything, she drinks the soup but not the noodles.
Nice. Warming.
The soup's
That's
good
the
enough.
goal.
I'll set off the soup. If you have unfinished noodles, I'll finish the noodles.
I push them over towards you.
Yes!
Awesome.
And as she eats, it's like impeccable table manners.
Ooh.
Like silver spoon, pinky out, whatever.
No elbows on the table.
No elbows on the table. No slurping of the soup.
Ooh.
Wrath is the complete opposite. There is slurping.
Yeah, I was gonna say, Tokki's like fully just drinking from the
Nice.
bowl, like
There is some judgment from
drop on
Braith.
his whiskers.
That's quite cute. Little drops of rabbit. How does Alanis eat? What are her table manners?
I feel like that normal, but then she keeps looking at Ray being really fancy and tries to copy and then gives up because she just wants to eat her curry.
This is slowing me down. Nice. Cool. And yeah, you eat your food kind of sitting in silence a bit, sort of quite weary. It's been a long day. A lot has happened. So yeah, you kind of finish your food. What are you planning on doing? It's about like 9 o'clock now, 9:30.
Is Wraith awake?
Yeah, you stayed
Not
awake.
much. I'm gonna say she'll sort of shake her head gently, sort of bring some liveliness back into herself, and then using both hands on the table to brace herself, she'll go, "Do forgive me. I fear I must retire for the evening. Brother, whenever you're ready."
I'll go up with you. It's okay. I'll make sure
Okay.
you get up to.
I'm perfectly
You're probably
capable.
swaggering at this point.
There's
I
a
mean,
way.
you're barely
She's
awake.
still insisting she's fine. But yeah,
I won't say anything, but behind you, I'll have like my arms out.
she's got one hand on the wall to sort of follow her way up. And yeah, she's gonna go up and literally collapse into bed. But there is some part of, as she groans, hitting the mattress, she then lays there for a minute and then will draw her legs up and start unlacing her shoes because she can't go to bed in her shoes. And yeah, just start getting ready for bed without trying to move as little as possible.
Very tired. What are you two doing back downstairs?
Well, I suppose I should probably get back to the match and go to sleep as well. But I'll see you tomorrow for the mysterious ghost.
Looking
And,
forward to it.
Yeah, like Luden said in her letter, I'm going to visit them tomorrow night for dinner. You're welcome to come if you'd like. I'm sure she'd love to see you.
That would be lovely, thank you.
Cool. Well, I'll see you tomorrow. And
See you
Tokki
tomorrow.
heads home or to the burnt match. It is the burnt match where I'm staying, isn't it?
It is correct.
Cool.
Yes. Yes, and then Alanis, are you heading upstairs or?
Yeah.
Nice.
Lovely.
Cool. Fab. So yes, you all head to bed. Is anyone doing anything special at bedtime, or just collapsing and falling asleep till the next morning?
I think Tokki just collapses and doesn't really he doesn't do his like prayers or anything, but I think like just as he's about to fall asleep, like he's lying in bed and he just kind of internally thinks of Galen and just says, "I'm sorry for letting you down." And then goes to sleep.
Oh no. Oh. Anyone else? Anyone doing any prayers or anything?
Wraith is unconscious again.
Fantastic. this is going a better way. Cool. So as you all fall into sleep, the moon is out, the stars are out, constellations kind of glittering above Pensueno. As you kind of drift off, it's a pretty dead sleep for all of you. Like, you're all just so exhausted. First proper battle, and a lot happened, like a lot of mental toll as well as physical. So no dreams tonight, everyone just dead to the world pretty much. And as the first kind of flickers of sunlight begin to appear above the horizon, Wrath, could you make me a wisdom save, please?
Oh, yeah.
Uh-oh.
Oh, no.
Uh-oh.
9.
9, okay. Yeah, so like I say, it's just completely dead sleep, like no dreams, just recovering. And then you don't see it, but just as the very first ray of sunlight begins to crest the horizon, there's almost this like blue flash of energy like around Wrath, which no one sees because no one is there to see it. But it flickers around him. And in your lack of dreams, you kind of begin to sort of uncomfortably shift in bed. And you kind of come out of this like dreamless state, and you open your eyes and sit up in bed, and then you kind of look around and you see your sister asleep in the other bed opposite, and you look outside, and just kind of through the curtains, it looks like maybe the window is maybe left open and the wind has kind of blown the curtain apart, and you're able to see outside, and you kind of look outside, and it's you kind of the grey of the early morning. You hear a few calls of some birds, and as you look outside, you realize that something is wrong with the sun, because where you would expect to see sort of pale pinks or yellows or oranges on the horizon, it's just this blue light.
Oh, no.
And it's the blue of the candles that are lit around town at twilight. And as you stare at it, the blue kind of gets brighter and brighter and brighter as this sun rises, happening way too quickly. And in a flash, you kind of blink, and then you are in that space, that vision you had when you went down before you regained consciousness, of just
Oh,
in the middle of
no.
thousands of souls, just endless. And you kind of are in that position, the kind of fetal position you were in when you were unconscious, rather than being in the inn. And
Oh.
you look around from this position, and you see kind of through the legs of the dead people around you, reaching towards you, getting closer and closer. Kind of claustrophobia takes open, and just before you close your eyes, willing yourself not to be there, you see this blue sun begin to rise over the horizon in this vision as well.
Oh.
Wraith, you are awoken at dawn again for the second time in a row, by a kind of cry of anguish from your brother. You open up your eyes immediately, and you see him on the floor in the middle of the room, just curled.
I immediately fly out of bed, and crouch next to him. I can't remember what I did last time, but it was the right thing.
You didn't touch him was kind of the right thing last time.
Yeah, so I just kneel by him, and I'll call out to him again. Ika, it's okay. Wake up. Wake up.
Am I awake or, like,
When you
unconscious still?
hear Wraith, you wake up.
Oh. I'll, like, immediately, like, grab onto her and just hug her.
My heart.
And then I'll, like, I don't know, you just cry. It's just horrible. My boy.
But yeah,
And
it's not as bad as it was the last morning, where you felt like, I mean, he was speaking in like an unknown language to you yesterday morning, but this time it's fully your brother. But Wrath, as you kind of come out of this sort of state, you look around, the light is completely normal, but you're on the floor, and you just hear peacefully, not in kind of a claustrophobic way, but you feel the shifting of three, like it's like three breaths are kind of loosened, and you feel like a weight leave you, and you hear kind of three whispers, as something appears to depart from this world, and you hear the whispers of Arsino, Amada, and Marcel, and then this presence seems to leave.
Oh. I think like acknowledging the three that have departed, it'll kind of like relax them a little bit. Like, even though he's going through some level of anguish, it's like, well, at least they can move on. Oh, damn. Can I try and figure out what's going on with like what the blue sun means?
Yeah, roll a I don't know, religion check, I guess, for lack of a better one. Closer to like a ghost check, I guess.
A ghost check. Oh dear. That's a 13.
Yeah, you're not sure. You've not seen this, like, if it was symbology, you've not seen it anywhere, but you kind of get the feeling it's not. It doesn't seem like an omen or anything like that. It doesn't seem like a kind of presence, an otherworldly thing. It just seems to be like a reaction to something that's currently happening. Like, you saw the candles flicker to this blue when it hit twilight, which is when the monthly haunting begins. You don't quite know why, you don't know what the exact colour symbolizes, but it seems to be very linked to what's happening in this town.
Yeah, Rat's gonna try and avoid to look at the sun now.
Oh dear, scared of grass in the sun, perfect.
Grass and the sun. It's a difficult time.
Wraith will wait for him to calm down a bit, but she is going to press a bit more today of like, what are these dreams about? They don't seem like your regular ones. It's not father, is it?
No, it's different. I think it's something to, like, it's based on where we are. Something's not right here.
It's quite clear there's ghosts walking around.
Oh yeah, they're in my head a lot, but I had a dream that the sun went the same color of blue as the candles, and it was rising too quickly. And just before I got knocked the fuck out yesterday, or when I got knocked the fuck out yesterday, I was just surrounded. Out of game, Lauren. Was it ghosts or like?
Yeah, like souls, however you imagine
souls,
them kind of presenting themselves.
Okay. Surrounded by like thousands of souls all around me. Which was not claustrophobic at all. And I just saw that again. I'm not really liking this town, I'm not gonna lie to you. It's kind of crazy.
Yep. I myself am not attached, nor am I fond of the effect it seems to be having on you.
No, not so good. But at least we have health potions now. I'm just gonna try not to get knocked out again.
Fall asleep?
True, yeah. Yeah. It's not been a good 48 hours. But no, it's not dead. That's the one good thing.
Wraith will just nod, and then she'll just gather him in her arms and wrap her arms around, like hold him. It's for her comfort as well as his, making sure that he's okay and he's there. And but also,
I was gonna say the same.
Aww. Cute. Well, if you want to, you can eventually fall back to sleep for a few more hours. And when you awake, it's about like 8 o'clock in the morning, or 7:30, I'll say. You kind of went to bed fairly early-ish. It's kind of just past dawn. Wraith, your hit points have reset. You got your normal amount back. You wake up looking and
Miraculous.
feeling a lot
Let's
more healthy.
go.
And yeah, what are you guys doing? You all kind of wake up. You got a morning routine.
Get the skincare going.
I think Tokki goes for a run.
Cute. 'Cause he loves running.
He loves running. I think he goes for a run, and then he gets back and he practices his sword play again
Lovely.
in his room.
Good stuff. Good stuff. Alanis? You
I
both on the
think she
floor
looks-
again. You and Harvey probably.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a standoff. Neither one of us is going to take the bed. So she already needs like 4 hours sleep, but I think
Yeah,
she's
you
going to
do, don't
pretend
you?
she was sleeping longer
Nice. Nice.
and just sort of chill and then go down for breakfast.
That sounds good. Cool. How about the twins?
Wrath is she went to bed quite early. She's not going to go back to sleep after dawn as long as
No.
there's still a full rest.
Yeah.
And she'll wait until Wrath goes back to sleep if he goes back to sleep. And then she's going to climb out the window and go
Not what I
down to
thought
the
you were going to
docks.
say. Not what I thought you were going to say. Go down to the docks. Nice one.
Yeah. Go down to the docks, sit on the dock, and watch the sunrise again, and write in her journal as she does.
Oh, bloody hell. Here we go.
Sitting
That's
by the
number
back
2.
of the bed.
What you're writing.
This motherfucker.
And this is as start as I thought. Good morning. Dawn here again. You almost saw me sooner rather than later yesterday.
Oh?
And she will retell everything that happened yesterday, including sheepish embarrassment, but trying to like play it off the way she writes it about how she also fell unconscious. However, it was not due to lack of skill more than the power of the hit.
Do you mention the visions?
What, Wrath visions?
What you saw when you went unconscious.
Yes.
Nice.
She retell that.
Well, that all sounds very exciting. I would have been glad to see you, of course, but not coming through that way. Try to avoid the whirlpool as best you can, I think.
Yes. May not have been the best way, the best homecoming. Can't exactly carry me across the threshold that way.
No. And I plan to do that properly when we're back together. A little bit delayed, I think, but life gets in the way. We've done things
Certainly.
kind of in the wrong order.
Maybe a little bit.
Still got the ring?
Still got the ring. And she'll just twist it on her finger as she's writing it. And yeah, no, she can't access the magic in it anyway. So she'll just twist it on her hand and smile. And she'll do a little sketch of it in the journal.
The sketch will
next
come
to
back,
express-
but is not of a ring.
Oh,
It is of something else.
okay. And she'll write, I know we agreed to keep it secret, but I think I am going to have to tell my brother eventually.
There's like usually the replies are pretty instantaneous. There's a bit of a pause, like 30 seconds, as the ink sort of dries. And then it kind of comes back with whatever you think is best, my queen. I take your decisions as mine.
Wise man. But then I wouldn't have chosen anything else.
Not that you have much choice. Not many choices for you.
Well. You always know there's always someone around to make a deal with.
That there is. How's your fighting going?
Could be better, I admit. I feel I'm getting out of practice without dear old sister to whip me into shape, per se.
Shall I pass along your regards?
If you think that would be best. I'd love to see the look on her face if you did. But then she would have to know about this.
It sends back kind of like an angry drawing of your sister with no artistic skill, just like a stick figure.
Can I send a full, like, spend a good couple of minutes sketching out a proper one?
Nice. You get some like question marks as you're like writing this. You're like, where'd you go? Nice.
I'll do a full-on sketch of my sister.
Nice.
Doing that angry expression that he tried for and didn't quite get.
Nice. And then when you've sent that, on top of it, in this darker ink, it's gonna be like angry eyebrows, glasses, devil horns.
She's already got them. So underneath my sketch, I'll continue on. Speaking of, well, drawing of, any news on her recently?
Continuing to be as icy as ever.
Sounds exactly right for dear old Glass. I should get back to my other sibling. He's not doing so well here.
I've got deals to make.
That you do, darling. And I'll just do a little XX.
Yes, winky face.
And then I'll close the journal, wait for the sun to sort of clear the the horizon of the lake, and then I'll head back, this time walking in through the front door.
Nice. Cool. Fab, I'll say that you kind of...
Sorry, April, you can react now.
Motherfucker!
I'll say times line up and you bump into Alanis downstairs as you come back in. Are you coming down in a little bit, Wrath?
I would say that Wrath kind of was just lying down with his eyes closed. He didn't want to fall asleep. She risked going to sleep again. So I'll be like downstairs probably by the time she comes, like my sister comes back in.
You'll have heard her leaving if you went properly asleep.
It's not unusual behaviour for her.
No. So you guys are all downstairs in the Black Trumpet. Tokki, you come back from your run. You do your sword exercises. You get changed out of your gym kit. And you go back downstairs, be thinking of getting some food at the burnt match before you head over to catch up with your new friends. And downstairs, sitting very patiently in the corner, holding but not reading a book, is your little cousin Loon.
Oh, hi, Loon. Wasn't
Hi.
expecting to see you this morning.
No, I know. Dad sent me ahead. He said that something's come up and we're busy for dinner, but did you want to come for breakfast?
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah.
Is Alanis here?
She's staying at the Black Trumpet, but we can go see if she's there if you want.
Is that all right?
Yep, of course.
Yay! She'll give you a little hug around your middle. You're probably kind of very similar size, to be fair, actually. I imagine it's kind of like a gangly, sort of like 13-year-old. Sort of, she's 10, isn't she? How old is she? 10, 13?
No, she's 13, I think.
She's 13. Yeah,
she's 13.
And yeah, so she'll kind of be like, as you walk across to go and find Alanis and everyone else, she'll be excitedly telling you all about her day yesterday. She's like, I went out with Dad in the boat because his friend was ill, and I had to step up and look after the family, because even though Dad's meant to be at home looking after Mum and the baby, no one else was there to catch the fish, and I had to go and help because no one was there to use all the ropes. And then I came home and I smelt all like the water and like fish, and Mum made me take a really long bath, and that's why I'm all fuzzy and shiny today.
Well, I think you look great. How many fish did you catch?
Quite a lot.
Whoa, too many to count?
Yeah, way too many. They squirm and wiggle. I don't really like them.
Oh. Well, you were very brave for going and looking after your family.
Of course.
You're so grown up.
Now we've got Saul, there's loads of us, so nearly as many as your family, I think. How many brothers
Yeah.
and sisters do you have again?
I have 8 brothers and sisters.
Wow.
And you've got 5, right?
5 or 6? I can't remember.
Definitely 5.
Is it 5? Thank you. She's like, no,
the family trip.
You got the trip. You're like, I've got fucking receipts.
I'm gonna research, yeah.
Nice. Bro. So yes, she'll keep chatting, and then you'll arrive at the Black Trumpet. Are you three kind of sitting together, sort of, you know?
Wraith will sit with Wrath, and order breakfast and tea. Whether Wrath wants to sit with Alanis, she'll follow his lead.
I'll sit with the rest of them. That's fine.
Okay.
Unless you don't want to.
No, I'm just following your lead.
We just look at each other, don't say anything, and our eyes are communicating.
Meanwhile, Alanis is there with a cup of tea, like, can I fucking sit down?
Wraith will just gesture to the chair at the end.
Nice. So yeah, you guys have just sort of ordered like drinks and shit, like teas, coffees, etc., juice. When Tokki comes in with little Tokki with Loon.
Aww.
She'll see you, Alanis, and she will like start to run over, and then just before she gets to you, she'll stop and like smooth down her like little rabbit fur. And then walk up to you and like straight back, she'll be like, hello, Miss Alanis.
Hello, Lou. Thank you for your letter.
Did you like it? Did you like? I use my teacher says my handwriting is getting better.
It was lovely.
Good.
And
did you
I
like
really
the little...
liked the drawing.
Good. I was gonna say, did you like the drawing? I tried to. Your braids are difficult. They're so complex. And she's like looking. She's like, they're so difficult to draw. They look so good.
Oh, thank you. So I can show you how to do them now if you want.
Yes, please, yes. And you see again, she has like the tiniest amount of hair on a little rabbit head.
I think I've got like some rope in my
Cute.
inventory. I'll
Cute.
take that and show her on that.
That's really sweet. She's like, well,
Yeah, 50 foot.
50 foot. You just pull out 50 foot of rope. You're like, this should be enough.
I'll take a little bit of the end.
Nice. She starts kind of copying you, and then she's like, oh no, wait. Dad said, would you like to come for breakfast? Uncle Tokki says he's coming.
Oh, yeah, I can come for breakfast. Yeah.
Cool. And then she looks and she's like, are these,
Loon, these are... What were you going to say, Loon?
She's like, and then she kind of look at you two, she's like, they look the same.
These are my friends Wraith and Wrath. They're twins, like, you know, my brother and sister Ali and Owen, they're twins.
I've not met them.
Oh, okay then. But you've heard of them.
Oh my god.
She's like, Wraith and... which one's which?
This one's Wraith. This one's Wrath.
I'll pose. I'll try again to do the back-to-back pose that I'm constantly trying to get Wraith to do, but she won't do.
I've got my back against the chair. I just give a nod to young rabbit. He's like Wrath pushing against my shoulder, trying to do the back-to-back thing, and I'm just side-eye.
One day.
Wrath, Wraith, would you like to come for breakfast at my cousins. The more the
Absolutely,
merrier.
sounds wonderful.
Right. We'll look down at the breakfast that she's midway through eating, and she'll look at Wrath, who's just responded for the sigh, and put her spoon back down.
Amid acceptance, I'll look down at my sister's plate and go, ah, shit. But then look back on the slot.
You said a bad
It's
word.
fine.
Dad says we're not allowed to say that unless we're out in the water.
I am a terrible human being. Do not go by my
You
example.
don't look like a human.
You're not wrong. Well observed, little one.
She grins. She's very happy.
Oh.
I like you. You're very good. Right. Well, we could always take your breakfast to go.
No. Let's go.
Cool. Well, lead the way then, Loon.
Cool. Loon, fantastic. Loon is going to continue to like play with the rope and stuff as she leads you all. And
As we're walking, I just want to kind of grab the others and hang back a little bit from
she's
Loon.
just chatting to herself.
And just sort of under my breath be like, maybe everyone be chill and no one mention the fact that I got knocked unconscious yesterday.
Twice.
Thank you, Ray. Keep that to yourself.
Rub it in. Let 'em rub it in.
And then I'm just gonna assume that they are on the same page and walk up to Loon and carry on walking with her.
Nice. Are you wearing your full like battle shit? Like, is that what you?
No, I
costumed
don't
to?
think I put it on. I
Mm.
think I'm just like in like a shirt and
Nice.
trousers.
Nice. Cool. So yeah, you kind of walk back up to Loon, and she's like, and then Est got in trouble because they punched Sadorn, and then Mum got really angry, and they got in trouble big time. And yeah, she leads you to her house, which is kind of in the south end of town. So you walk kind of across a couple of bridges, past the stables, which are kind of like, they're not that big, it's just like a guy built a space for 3 horses. But it looks like there's horses there that are kind of being sort of like rented out sort of thing. And an old man is sort of like rubbing the horses down, and you kind of walk past them, and she looks up and to this guy, she's like, hello to Sarah, and then we'll kind of keep walking, and he's like, hello Loon, and you eventually end up at the house of the Caradogs. So this is just like, it's a cute little kind of picture Hobbit house vibes, but in a bog. So it's like, rather than sort of, like green grass and like, sunlight through blossom and stuff like that, it's like built out of sort of like, there's like gnarled driftwood almost that's used as like a picket fence, and rather than sort of like roses and stuff growing, there's some lilies, and some thistles kind of growing, and there's like a little vegetable patch in the front garden, and as you kind of go in, there's this big door that opens up, and Loon will open it, and as she does, she'll call out, she's like, we're here, and I brought some more friends. And you all can kind of smell sort of like, sort of freshly prepared food, like nothing too extravagant. I was going to say like freshly baked bread, but this woman has just given birth. She's not cooking bread. But it's sort of, like you can smell sort of eggs and bacon and sausages and things. And as she kind of cries out like, we're here, 4 other little rabbits come running up, and they all tackle you, Tokki, like nearly to the ground. Roll a strength save for me.
Oh, great. Yeah, I'm
from
so
all
good at
these
those.
4 rabbits.
That's a 14.
14, nice. So yeah, you are fine. You're not sort of like hurt by
I
these
wouldn't
little
stand the children.
rabbits. No, yeah, you're fine. But they all kind of like look up at you, and they're talking. And the littlest one, Gwingala, that's there, she's like only kind of like toddler, and she's sort of can barely walk, and is sort of holding on to the sort of like they're all sort of wearing like their pajamas and stuff too. So she's kind of holding onto like the dressing gown of Sadorn, the kind of second youngest in the group, to kind of stay up as she's sort of like wobbling around. And you hear from sort of kind of kitchen way, is that Tokki?
Hi, yeah. Loon delivered the message.
Oh, come through, come through.
Hi, I brought some friends as well. I hope you don't mind.
Ah, and you come through, and Yellen is sort of there in like an apron. This is your cousin, and he is sort of like, I think, a grey rabbit. I think I said last time. He's got a piercing. I remember that. Let me get his little picture up so I'm not lying. This is picture. It's not loading, so it doesn't matter. Nah, he's just got an apron on, and I'm gonna say he's a grey rabbit with like a piercing sort of in one ear, and sitting down at the kind of long family table they've got, and sort of laying out a sort of knives and forks and things like that, with a sort of bundle strapped to her chest is Dava, your other cousin.
Hi. I'd go and hug them both. Thank you for having me. Is this Saul?
This is Saul. Tokki, would you like to? And she'll like unwrap and show you this like tiniest little baby rabbit hair gone, like a few days old. You can see she's kind of like almost all white, but has like sort of a spot on her cheek, like a black spot on one of her little cheeks.
Oh,
She's like blinks
so
up.
cute. Hi, Saul. I'm sorry, I meant to bring a present for Saul, but I haven't had a chance to go to the market yet. I promise I will bring one.
Oh, that's fine. You don't need to worry about that.
Can I do anything to help? And Toki's like immediately in the
Nice.
kitchen, staring things. Like,
nice. Yeah, there's some eggs that are frying, some bacon that's sort of like burning as Yellen's focused on other things. And I did it. The other three of you are just sort of like awkwardly in the
oh
doorway.
yeah, I'll be like, these are my
100%.
friends. These are my friends. This is Alanis. She's made quite an impression on Loon, and this is Wrath and Wraith.
It's and Yellen is sort of like busy chefing, but Dava will take the baby back, and walk up to you and kind of say, it's real pleasure to meet you all. We've heard a lot about you, Alanis, from Loon. She hasn't stopped trying to braid her sibling's hair since she met you, which has been fun. So as you see that some of them have like matted knots in their like fur at the back of their heads, where it's like gone wrong, and you do see at one point like it looks like one of the younger boys has had like there's like a shorter chunk of fur, and seeing you see that, Dav is like, we had to cut out a little bit of Sadorn's fur, but that's fine. Everyone, sit down. That's fine. Tokki, it's so good to properly see you. We've how's your mom? How's your dad? How's everyone doing back home?
Yeah, they're great. I haven't seen them in a couple of months, but right a lot. Everyone's good. The hutch is good.
Yeah, we got your family's letters. I mean, big one a couple of years ago, or no, a couple of months ago about the night of lavernaco. Huge. That was incredible. We got a couple of cases of beer sent in as well, present from your family, and they said amazing about getting your research funded. It sounds like you're really onto good and great things.
Yep, yeah. I think I kind of heard something about Lanville, yeah.
Saved a whole traveling. What was it like? A family traveling and saved their lives.
Yeah, you know how these things get blown out of proportion, but yeah, I think he helped him out a bit.
Wow. And
Right.
you traveling, they must be so proud.
Yeah, I'm sure they are. just here, yeah, on my way to do my proper research. I'm just stopping by to help out my professor. But yeah,
Oh.
how's everyone?
No,
How's fishing? I heard Loon went out on the boat yesterday.
Yellen is like, I suppose actually next to you frying eggs, and is like, is gonna start inspired by Izzy like cooking up some toast, and I'll kind of hand it to Loon to start buttering. And it's like, oh, she was grand, she was amazing, she did so good, caught all the fish. But no, seriously, like, sit down. We want to talk about Ethers. I mean, we can write about us, but just such amazing things. You'd honestly, Tokki, like, well done.
Oh, thank you. Toki's like blushing through his fur. He's like so
Aw.
embarrassed.
Your ma tried to kind of explain in the letters about what kind of your proposal was about. I mean, something about Galen and mysterious theories. I mean, I didn't. It kind of went over my head a little bit, I'll be honest. But I mean, amazing that they took it. Well, sorry, I was gonna say took it seriously, but of course they did at university. Yeah, amazing. We can't
Yeah.
wait to. I mean, I'll read it when you're finished and it's all submitted back to them and stuff. I probably won't understand a word, but I'll give it a go.
Oh no, I'm sure. Yeah, it'll be a long time, but yeah, yeah, great. I guess people are just interested. Yeah, it's kind of like alternative theories about some of the saints, and yeah, I think there might be some stuff about Galen here in Caldetta, maybe not in Pensueno itself, but here in Caldetta. So hoping to find some stuff, but still in the early stages. But
Amazing. Well, he'll kind of clap
yeah.
you on the back quite hard, in sort of like a bro way. I don't know if your knee is buckled, but you're struggling around it.
Yeah.
And he's like, well, I always remember your fascination with Galen when we used to come and visit you all. We'd have meals at the hutch, and you'd be there. I remember one summer we came to visit you, and you'd made this little toy out of like random bits of cloth and sticks, and you'd drawn a little heart, and you'd said, this is this little goldfinch, this is Galen, and you were running around with it. Oh.
Yeah, he's always been special to me. But it's exciting that you have a new baby.
Of
Let me
course,
see
yeah.
someone
I
again.
mean, absolutely, of course. And he's like, we'll kind of take the baby from Dava and kind of show it to all of you. It's like, what were you through? What's your story? You two are obviously related. Looking at the twins.
No, it's the most fascinating story. We were just wandering in a town one day. We saw each other across the street and we're like, I've never met someone who looked this identical to me.
Long lost.
I know.
Amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Well, how do you know
Dead
Tokki?
face.
Oh, Rap and I met back in Sintanto briefly.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
They got on like a house on fire.
Yep.
Did some
Thank you for that.
research in the library.
Yep.
Fascinating topics that they researched.
Yep.
Rap has an interest in the saints too, so I
Yes.
gave him a hand, so to
I
speak.
see. It's kind of
Sister,
sounding
no,
like
hand.
no,
individual.
don't even think. Sorry, Lauren.
He's like, well, I mean, our Tokki is definitely the one to help you research the saints. I mean, little just brainiac about them all, and just you know, he's gonna be like a professor or something in them, and they're paying him to come out here and research.
I know. He's so smart. Honestly, incredible.
You really wouldn't expect it of someone like Tokki, but does us all proud.
And you, Alanis, with the nice hair, I've got my own, and kind of shows you he's got a bit longer hair, and he's like, I've got my own little braid that Loon's been trying to practice on. What do you know, Tokki and everyone?
Oh, well, I met Tokki in the tree.
In the tree.
Oh, Loon! I was sitting in a tree when Loon saw me, and Ducky was there as well.
Luna's like, I've known you as long as you've known my uncle Tokki?
Yeah, you
Yes.
kind of brought us together, Loon.
No.
Thanks for the heads up about those
Yeah.
ghosts, by the way. Might have been nice to have some warning.
Dava and Yellen are like, oh my, we didn't tell you. Oh, there was so much going on, and she
Fine,
kind of
you had a
holds
lot going
small.
on.
She's like, oh, were you all right? You didn't come into any trouble with them or anything?
No, absolutely fine. Haven't really gone near any. But yeah, what's going on there?
Roll
Do
a
you know anything
deception
about
check
them?
for me. More for the whole situation, but specifically now.
Mm,
Can I help in any way?
4.
Just, I'll personally affirm Tokki.
Yeah,
Like,
what
I'll
are
I
just
you
do
gonna do?
utilize
enthusiastically
that
nod.
help.
Aye.
I shake my head in the background.
That cancels it out.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's
Nodding
just a straight
so
roll.
intensely in front of my sister. I'm just leaning at this point.
That's a 12.
12.
No.
So yeah, let me roll, but I think probably 5. That's a 12. D12.
It's our first roll of the day, guys.
Oh.
Hmm.
I'm gonna say, well, I mean, Yellen's like, well, you know, the ones in town are fine. They can be a little bit creepy at first, but nothing too. I mean, we didn't get much of that back home in the Feywild, did we? But I mean, you know, see how it all pans out and everything. But is that how Wraith reacts? A little gasp.
No, she keeps it inside. That was 100% but Wraith will raise one eyebrow at the mention of them coming from the Feywild.
Yes, and say, well, I mean, it all kind of, it's not been happening the whole time. Here, we probably wouldn't have stayed if the ghosts had, you know, always been here. But it started around like Intra Oriakos last year, which is a festival, which is on your screens now. Around then, I don't know, we got all the kids dressed up, you know, went to the bonfire and played around, had some drinks, had some food, and then I know around then, a few days later, there was ghosts.
And everyone in town has just sort of got on with it.
Well, I mean, at first everyone was a little bit scared, but quite quickly we realized that they didn't mean any harm, and we had some adventures. I mean, folks travel through, mercenaries and people for hire, and just people, you know, exploring, travel through, and they kind of were hearing it happen, tried to kind of, you know, launched into action, but they didn't seem to be dangerous. There's some out in the marsh and the bog which you should steer clear of, but I mean, you know, a few days later they vanished, and I mean, they came back again, which was a bit surprising, and you know, new round of adventures staying in town, and they kind of sorted it out, and yeah. Well, they didn't sort anything out, actually, I didn't know I said that. They looked into it and found nothing. But the sisters have been, I don't know, helping us manage things, and with old Rufino as well, kind of, sorry, and he says to the rest of you, he's like, Rufino's the town keeper, kind of like the mayor. So been
Did we
working
meet
with the
him?
sisters. You did, yes.
Yes.
Yeah, Tokki, Xana, and Wraith, I've met him. He's been working with them and the undertakers in town, and they've sort of, I don't know, they devised these candles. We didn't have them at first, but we kind of light them. They ring this bell. It's kind of around twilight or something. They ring the bell, and we have the first night, and I don't really know how they know it's gonna start, but they say it keeps the bad ones away, which is what intro Oriakos is kind of all about. So makes sense to me.
Yeah, just another work of the town, I guess.
Yeah.
Well, as long as it's not bothering you or your livelihoods.
No. And Gwingala, the very young, like 3-year-old Herringon, is gonna be like, dead people.
Yeah.
Indeed.
You love this festival, brother.
Sounds like my cup of tea.
Have you guys never celebrated Intra Oriacus?
We've
No.
moved around a bit too much.
Mm-hmm.
Missed
What she said.
most of the festivals.
That's fair. Not my favourite one, I have to say. I'm more of a... What's it called? Never mind. Ruckus de
Festival?
Gore. I'm more of a
Ruckus
Ruckus
de
de
Gore.
Gore kind of man.
Ruckus de Gore is like the summer solstice. It's on your screens. People just get pissed,
Oh.
basically. It's like Valentine's
Thank you.
Day come summer solstice. Yeah.
Wow, so many things to note down. I will do it all later.
Chloe helped me build them. Chloe, credit to Chloe. Here's the
Thanks,
credits. Consultant.
That's why I know what they're called.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Supposedly.
Makes perfect sense that Wrath and Wraith have no idea.
No, yeah.
Mhm.
Tracks. But sit down, eat. We've we've made we're more than enough by accident. So please sit down and eat. And they'll kind of give you like eggs. There's like scrambled eggs and fried eggs, hash browns. It's like a full English. A full gardetten. And yeah, they'll just sort of be chatting away. Loon will sit absolutely next to Alanis. And Alanis, roll a perception check.
Oh. Oh, it's not good. 8.
8. You don't notice, but I'll just say Wraith. You notice, kind of sitting opposite Loon, that Loon is like shadowing Alanis. Like every move Alanis makes, Loon will copy. It's like Alanis will cut something up and Loon will cut something up. Just mimicking.
Wraith will glance around the table to make sure no one's looking, but then let herself, like one corner of her lips smirks up a little bit and a genuine smile.
She smiled.
Aww.
God, it only took
I
5
didn't know she
sessions.
Bro.
It's gone before it's even noticed.
Yeah,
but-
no one can notice. Yeah, you'll sort of eat your breakfast. And there's just like sort of general chatter. There'll be sort of like catch up between like Tokki and his family and sort of like what's been happening down here. They'll tell you Gwingala's gonna start school in Yale in a few months. And like now with Soul around, there's Dava's taken some time off from kind of like doing healing stuff. And just is gonna sort of pot around at home. And yeah, Yellen said he's gone down to like 2 days a week on the fishing boats to help with the new baby. You get the impression that they weren't expecting Saul and are having to like scramble a little bit. But they're a very happy little family, and Est is kind of third oldest 7-year-old girl, and she is just going to be staring in like absolute silence at Wraith and Wrath the whole time, just like looking between them, and like will then nudge Sadorn, who's like a year her younger brother, and the mum Dava will sort of like flick them on the ears a little bit, and be like, leave your brother alone. Yeah, just sort of whispering under her breath and then pointing at the twins. And Sadorn is kind of like, makes a face, and then looks to his mum, and she's like, leave your brother alone. But yeah, breakfast kind of just just a family affair, and then you guys are there, and they're very welcoming.
You.
Wraith won't add much to the conversation, but I'm going to say she's watching and listening to everything in that way that she does,
Nice.
and just cataloguing all this information away for later. Steph would very much appreciate, because I know all the names and ages have been mentioned, but if I could have a family tree in this section, that would be so nice.
Fair enough. You're right. If I just do a little screenshot, Chloe, of that
Yeah,
section
of
of the
course.
family tree. Cool.
Thank
Um,
you. You can have the whole like 50-person one if you want.
If you want, yeah.
It's great. I don't know you that well yet.
Yeah, I will. I'll do that now so I don't forget.
They have one in the house. It's just
Yeah.
a massive piece of paper. They're like, so let me take you through it from our ancestors, and we're there for
Yeah.
the next hour.
Literally, it's like, so this this is Ash, who was married to Koea. Yeah, that's not helpful. What have I just googled AN for? Messenger. Oh,
Do you want me to
doing
do it
it
if
on
you
the
want? I've got it
recording.
open.
No, I've got it. I was just doing it on the recording. You don't see all my messages, all my secrets. So, just to remember them. There we are.
Thank you.
No worries. But Saul is born. Saul is 6 days old, or something like
Oh
that.
yeah, she's not on there. No, she's
No,
like,
she
not
says
born
not
yet.
yet born, but very much is. Alright, there we go. Close messenger. Go for it.
Dava, I wanted to ask because I've been talking to some of the sisters about perdita, just as some side research I'm doing for
Oh.
my mentor, and I just wondered, being a healer, do you have much to do with perdita? Is there anything you could tell me about her?
Well, I mean, I'm sure nothing that you don't know already. I mean, I work quite closely with Renata, who owns the local apothecary. She kind of runs it herself, but I, find herbs for her and stuff, and we kind of exchange recipes. I'm kind of more, I'll travel around to people's homes and stuff, where she runs her business. But I don't know. I suppose I've called on Perdita a few times when I've sort of, been out looking for various herbs and such, and it's, you find a mushroom and you're not quite sure what it's gonna do and it's not in your book, so you kind of ask her for help, and usually she's really helpful. I've heard from her a few times, and I don't know, I mean, was there anything specific?
Oh, I don't know, just maybe a story I hadn't heard that was from here, or something interesting. But
Well, I mean, I don't know, story, but well, there's some of the kids have like a game that they play. They kind of, like children's games, they're in a circle, and one runs around and they're singing songs and stuff like that. One of them like pretends to be like Perdita's mushroom and has to go and hide, and you have to like sing a special song to find the mushroom, or something like that. The kids sometimes play it, but I don't know, in terms of stories, nope.
no, that's all right. I just wondered. I mean, maybe perdita's not exactly who you call on if you're healing.
Well, I mean, a little
all the
bit,
time.
yeah. There's obviously Ponya, that we use for healing quite a lot.
Mhm.
But like I said, you probably know all about these saints and everything.
Oh well,
But I
there's
mean,
always
I'll have a think, of
always
course. I'll see if
can
I.
always learn more.
Yeah, that's true. Which is what you're doing and why you're doing it. But I mean, well, I'll have a think, and I'll talk to Renata as well. I mean, she's been here a lot longer than we have, but yeah, I'll let you know if anything comes to mind.
Thank you.
Would love a mention in your book.
Well, maybe I'll. It's not really mine. It's Delina, my
Oh,
mentors, but I'm helping. It's an encyclopedia, so maybe
amazing.
something. Maybe this game. I don't know. Loon, do you know the game? Do you think you could teach me?
Yeah, I'll have a think, and I'll let you know next week.
still here? It's
Yes.
not
Yeah.
Anything else? Anyone
No,
do
I'm
anything
just
else?
trying to think if there's anything else I
Yeah.
want to ask
I
them.
reached the limits of my ability to come up with shit on the fly. I was like, children's game, done. No more details. What are you guys doing?
I guess once.
No, you go.
You sure?
Yeah.
Once I finish breakfast, I'll show Loon how to do plaits
Cute.
properly.
Nice. What sort of stuff are you showing her?
I think just the basics.
Yeah.
Looking at her siblings' fur, we're gonna keep it simple
Nice.
and just do like a very generic plait.
Nice one.
Maybe we'll
Nice
start
one.
getting into like whatever the French equivalent is for
Oh yeah,
braiding.
like
Yeah, it's not a French plait. It's like
we have Dutch, so like an ufren braid.
yeah, an ufren braid, just to be fancy.
Nice. But she kind of gets the grip of it a little bit. You try to incorporate the ufren elements of like, and then you pick up another bit and it goes underneath, and she's like, whoa, and just drops it all. But yeah, she's like very attentive, and yeah, it's kind of like hyper focused, worshipping you a little bit. She just thinks you're very cool.
I don't know why. We met, I was sitting in a tree, and she's been like,
That's
yeah, this
why.
is the person I want to base
She's
my
like,
life around.
whoa.
Hero worship.
Literally. It's like cut to like 10 years time or something, and she's like a ranger with cool braids.
Oh.
You're her origin story.
Oh.
Wraith will lean over to her twin and be like, do you think this is what all families are like?
I was thinking this is very healthy. Couldn't be us, really, could it?
No, I don't think we'd quite fit in here.
Nah, I think we're far too dysfunctional. It's fine.
Especially ours.
Mm-hmm. But it's nice to see. They're so happy. Look at all the children.
Yeah.
As you say
You
that.
see those that are pointing at us repeatedly.
Yeah. As you say, look at the children, Est is gonna grab some jam and just smear it all down her brother's arm.
And there's the familiarity.
And then
I grab some jam too.
Oh,
I go to do it, and then I don't touch Ray's clothing because I'm like, she will kill me. I put it back.
Dava makes like eye contact with you, Wrath, like because she's mid telling Est off for this behavior, and is like, do not encourage this behavior in my house. Like communicate.
I'm like, oh, the jam. I just taste the jam. I'm like, it's so, the flavors. It's so beautiful. What is this? Strawberry? It's not even strawberry. It's something else.
Blackcurrant. Close. Would you like
wonderful.
to wash your hands?
He would love
Absolutely. I'll go do that now. Oh no.
Forgive my brother. He tends to forget his table manners.
That's fine. There's a lot of that going around. It's okay.
While Wraith is talking to her, she'll also go, thank you for your hospitality of having us
Oh, of course, dear.
visit unexpectedly.
No, that's fine. I mean, door's always open. I don't know how much longer you're in town, but you're welcome to come back whenever you want. I mean, I know the meal, the food's at the Black Trumpet's good, but, you know, if you ever want something, you know, more home cooked, you're welcome to come here. Nothing beats a family dinner, right?
Wraith will just nod, going back to sort of her neutral expression and sort of reaction, almost.
Are you alright?
Perfectly well, thank you.
Okay.
Just a tea, or whatever she's drinking.
She's like,
do you like
the tea's empty,
like...
she's like, fuck. she'll
glance over to where her brother's gone.
Yeah. just washing his hands in the sink. And they got nice lavender scented soap.
No.
Love it.
Raph comes back and does the thing where, like, under the table, flicks his wet hand at Rafe under the table.
Love it.
Wraith will kick him.
Raph loses a H-shell.
Take 1 bludgeoning damage, no.
Stealth kick.
Amazing.
This food is so good.
Yeah, you really love the jam, don't you, brother?
Okay. Which of the children is pointing at us? Is it the twins?
Yeah, well, they're not twins, so they're 6 and 7 years old. So Est is the girl, she's older, and Sadorn is the boy who's 6. And Est seems to be like asserting older sister energy over her younger brother. And it's like telling horror stories about you. It's like, did you know twins come in the night and they rip your face off?
Yeah.
And then they wear your skin. And they drown you in rivers.
I mean, it happens all the time.
That does happen.
Doug is like confirmed, but twin behavior.
Wraith, Wrath, I don't think I know. Which one of you is older?
Let me tell you, I am 12 minutes older. Look at that face.
I would not have guessed that you were the older brother, Wrath. You have younger
Not
sibling
wiser.
energy.
No. But
Well,
older is what matters ultimately at the end of the day.
the ocean is old as fuck, is what I'm saying. And doesn't make any difference.
No swearing in front of the children's system. God.
The toddler's like,
Forgive me.
fuck! And then like silence.
My apologies. I am unused to being around innocent minds.
That's fine. Just, try and keep it children friendly. And you two, enough
Modify
about
memory, fifth level.
Kerrigan and
Tokki's encouraging it. Tokki's like, did you know that Milan? Did you know that Kerrigan did this? Kerrigan had one of Milan's finger bones.
Dove is like losing control of the situation, and she's just like, "It's educational. It's educational." And you can tell them about
teaching them
the
about
twin
religion.
saints. Let me find. There's one. Where's that one? Do you want to do a little twin lesson, a saints lesson, Chloe?
Oh yeah, sure. So I'm okay. So
Fucking alphabet. There we go.
Kerrigan and Milan were long lost twins, and Kerrigan stalked and murdered his twin brother and then stole his identity. And then 12 years later, Kerrigan he drowned in a river, and people say that they saw him run into the river saying, "Did you see him? Did you see him? He's supposed to be gone." And people think that the ghost of Milan came back and lured his brother into the river and drowned him. And now they're saints.
Est's like to her brother, she's like, when I die, I'm gonna come back as a ghost and drown you in the river. And Dava's like, that's quite enough, young lady. No more out of you, please. That's not nice. And Saul starts crying, and she's like, oh god.
When I was younger, I used to fight with my brother a lot as well, and I used to say that I was going to pray to Kerrigan to get rid of him, and I always ended up feeling really bad afterwards. So
S is like quiet, looking at the floor. She's like, you can see she's got more of her dad's like grey colouring, but it's kind of like mottled, like dappled. And she looks at the floor and she's like, whatever.
And
Aww.
I'm sure that Sidon is not as annoying as Lamville is.
So Dawn's like, oh, Lamville's the one that's the knight.
Well, I
He
think they
saved all
just
those
called
people.
it was like 4 people.
He's like breathless.
Not
It
a
was-
big fan.
It was like 4 people, and I think they probably would have been fine without him anyway. But yeah, some people call him a knight, but he doesn't have any credentials, really.
Credentials.
Yeah, like he didn't like your mum passed a test to be a healer, and she
There's a nurse's exam.
yeah. And now everyone knows that she's like a real nurse. Like, people just say that Lamb was a knight because he did something heroic once. It's sort of exaggeration. It's like
Lies?
not,
Oh
not
my
lies,
gosh.
not lies,
I
but
get in
you know.
trouble when I call people liars.
Oh God.
Tokki, what are you saying?
I think it might be time we took our leave.
So Dawn is like looking between all of you, and like the whole time as well, by the way, is like kept a hold on his face because he's worried his sister's gonna steal his face. And Dava is like, yeah, I think they're getting a little bit out of control. There's no school today, but I'm just gonna let them run around. But please do, honestly, all of you come back whenever you want. What are your plans for the rest of the day, and how long are you staying in town?
The rest of the day I'm gonna go to the market. And
Yes.
I don't really know how long I'm gonna be in town. I had planned to move on to do more of my research after meeting with the sisters, but since I've run into some old friends, I'm thinking I might stick around for a little bit. Not quite sure yet.
Ah, well, I'll let your mum and dad know in the next letter that you stopped by, and
Oh yeah, thank you. I was gonna write to them today, and they sent their love. They would have sent gifts for Saul, but I
Oh no.
didn't have the space, so I think they're gonna post them.
Fair. Well, we'll keep an eye out. That's very lovely of them all. Well, hopefully we'll see you a few more times before you leave. Don't head
Yeah, I'll
out of town
definitely come
before
see you
saying
again.
bye. Perfect. It's nice to see you all the way down here. We're kind of split up, us big family, all the cousins and brothers and everything.
Yeah, Mum was saying something about maybe for the next Oyahi, she might get everyone
that would be
together at
nice.
the hutch, and you guys could come visit.
Oh, that'd be lovely.
I think Loom would really love Daisy. They're about the same age, and she reminds me of her a lot.
I'm sure. Well, yeah, like none of the really younger kids have, or any of them really, I don't think, have been to Spa Lavernaco in a while. It's been, just a lot going on down here and stuff, and we've taken a few up, but yeah, not all of them have made the trip. So yeah, maybe Yahoo would be a nice time to, reconnect.
But
Amazing.
thank you for having us, and I'm sorry that I've riled all of your children up
Still
with
just
talk
sitting
of
there like this.
saints, and
No,
I can get a little
no,
bit carried away
they'll get
sometimes.
riled up about something, and I'll have a think and let you know if I can think of. I'll ask Renata about stories and stuff. And Alanis Wraith, it was lovely to meet you. And yeah, but extend the offer, please. Feel free to come back whenever you want. It was lovely to meet you.
Thank you again for your hospitality.
Of course, dear. You take care. Nice.
We head out, I guess.
Lovely.
That
I'll
was so
see you there.
wholesome.
Cute little family times.
As soon as we're like out of earshot of their house, I'm gonna be like, I'm gonna turn to Wrath and be like, thank you so much for not
It's
rushing
okay.
me out.
It's
I
alright.
yeah, some things. My parents maybe got the wrong end of the stick, and think that I'm here with funding, doing my project,
That's
and I
alright.
didn't really know how to tell them I wasn't. So Thank you for
Oh,
having my
I'm sorry.
back.
It's okay. Always.
So you're not here with funding then? Wraith just appears behind.
It's like,
Ah!
where did you come from?
Jumps. Where did you come from?
No, so I applied for funding for my research project, which is into Galen, which I didn't get, and as a kind of apology, my mentor said that I could come down here to write the chapter on Perdita for her book, and if I wanted to do my own research while I was here, she couldn't stop me, but the university does not sanction it. And I'm supposed to be going back next week, so not quite sure what I'm going to do about that one.
My offer still stands. I'll kill him if you want him dead.
I think that even if the man who got the funding was dead, I don't think they would have gone for mine. It's not many people agree with me, so kind
They
of
should. Right, okay.
laughing
I've got to
stock.
dismantle the whole system. Okay. Root and step, rip out the whole leadership. Get new people in.
Wrath, who learned about PhDs 2 days ago.
You must dismantle the. They can't exist anymore.
They're not giving one of my homies funding. Fuck them.
So much for not getting attached, brother. You're already threatening to murder for them.
I mean,
be
I threatened to
fair,
murder for any
I
reason,
think he
yeah.
just likes murder. He threatened to murder someone for me within about 5 minutes of meeting me.
I mean, that sounds about right, hey, brother?
Indeed, indeed. Does anyone want anyone killed these days? Off going once.
No, thank you.
I think I'm
3
good.
times. Okay, I'll be back tomorrow, don't worry.
Daily reset.
Have you done a lot of killing then, Wrath?
I'm not at liberty to say, really.
One of these days
I'm
you're going to have to
contractually
answer one of
obliged
my
to.
questions.
One day. Zone of truth, and then it'll come out.
And I don't want to get in the way of this whole mysterious thing you got going on, but if the answer to the question, have you killed a lot of people, is anything other than no, I feel like it's a yes.
Oh, indeed, it's a yes, but I can't give you any further details. I've signed a lot of NDAs, unfortunately. But yes.
Wraith stays silent.
Wrath just like works for the government, just a hitman.
Indeed.
He's a
Really
spy.
bad
Work
cover.
for the
Yeah.
FBI. Yeah, you're not PhD as well. No, an NDA.
Nice. What are you guys doing? You heading back into town?
Yes. Someone mentioned it was market day, I believe.
It is market day.
Wraith's hand will
Yeah.
drift back to one of her empty sheaths and go, I believe I am in need of a new dagger, or 2, or 3, maybe 4.
I mean, if you're going to
I
keep
mean, why don't you
throwing
push
them
the
into
boat
the
out, get
sea,
6?
I mean, I always remember to collect them, unfortunately.
Okay,
Without permission at the
we were
time.
getting carried unconscious out of the cave. It's okay. Unless you fancy some swimming right now into that cave, I mean.
Wraith glares at her brother. Like,
Okay,
what do
okay.
you think? Look.
I'll shut up now. I don't.
But then she'll brush her shoulder against his as she passes.
Oh.
And leads the way back to market.
I'll try and immediately do back-to-back twin pose while you're not.
Are you walking backwards?
Yep.
Do you
I need to get it. Yep, I suck it completely. Face palm.
I'll catch you, pull you up.
One day. Oh! goodness, I'm gonna swoon.
So yeah,
Nice.
Wraith will turn to look over her shoulder, addressing Alanis and Tokki then to the market then.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
was hoping to get a present for Sue, but I've just seen her, but suppose I can get her another one. She's not going to remember any of this, so.
Cute. Nice. So you head back into town, and just as you get to sort of the centre of town, you see that in your absence, as you kind of left, I'll say. I mean, it was early when you left, but you could see people were setting things up, like carts were being wheeled in, and some tents were like being set up. And you see now that you're back in, it's like a lively market has been set up in the middle of town. There's like people milling around and chatting, a lot of like locals, even though like a lot are at work. You get the sense that this like will run all day until past sundown, allowing chance for everyone to come and, you know, have a little shop. But there's various stalls, kind of. There's and as well some of the local businesses have like set up shop as well, but um aside from that, like the sort of like the florist is there, the apothecary is there, the general goods has got a little store, but then there's some people that have kind of come along as well and set up these sort of traveling wagons that they've opened up. There appears to be sort of like a food stall that's kind of like looks to be sort of handing out not for free, like kind of, you know, seafood dishes and mushroom dishes. There's what looks to be like a book cart, something that seems to be selling like fabrics and textiles, like yarn and stuff like that. And then there is also a kind of a cart selling, looks to be sort of like more arcane things as well.
Arcane.
Wraith will sidle over to where she saw the yarn.
Nice. So yeah, you can saddle up, and it's sort of this. It looks like a horse and cart basically, and the horse you gather is somewhere out grazing. But in the kind of back, the back is kind of down on this cart, and there's just like silks and cottons, like reels of fabric, but then there's also like boxes set up around the side of the cart, with like different yarns there. There's like thread for embroidery sort of stuff, or like thick, like kind of more like Aran style wool, or then there's more like, I don't know, sort of crochet vibes. And yeah, that's being run along the side. You see there's kind of calligraphy along the side of the cart that says Aries Silks and Fabrics, and it's being run by a young kobold who notices you and kind of comes up. This sort of like 4 foot sort of bright green with sort of yellow center, kind of lizard person kind of comes up to you and says, "Hi, how can I interest you in anything today? My name's Ari."
A pleasure. Jane Whitmore.
"Nice to meet you, Jane. Can I interest you in anything? Do you need some new clothes? I have as well. If you're around for a while and you wanted some new clothing, I kind of like looking a little bit. Your stuff's a little bit bedraggled after yesterday, and it's sort of like if you wanted anything new or fixed, I'm here again next week. I can bring it back for you. I also have some kind of points around the other side of the cart. You see, there's sort of like a table set up that has sort of like normal traveling style clothes and stuff, and there's some sort of, I don't know, hats and scarves and shit like that.
I will consider the clothes. Admittedly, these have seen better days. I wondered if I might inspect your collection of craft materials.
Of course, yeah. We've got loads. Anything take your fancy? And there's anything you may want to find there.
Cool. How much would a skein of yarn be?
We've got little ones for 3 silver, or bigger ones for 7. No.
I'll
No. That's too much. Little ones? Wait.
That's fine. Don't worry.
It doesn't matter. It's not that deep. I'm like
Watch
fucking
me
with myself.
sitting in the background being like, I want to buy her new clothes, but then I have to draw her new clothes design. But I also want to do that, but I can't come up with it on the fly.
Yeah, he's like, small ones for 1 silver, big ones for 3.
Fantastic. I will take 3 big ones.
Cool. 9 silver.
Excellent.
Sees you kind of looking at the clothes and says, "We have something that, they say they've kind of got something that might suit you." And kind of looking at kind of the colours you're wearing and stuff, pulls out this sort of like, it's like just sort of a white, simple kind of spun cotton like blouse, but it's got some sort of like in dark pink, sort of, and at the cuffs of the sleeves, some like embroidered sort of flowers. And then kind of around the neckline as well, there's the same pattern.
Wraith, sort of her charming, talking to a shopkeep smile will slip, and the neutral expression will take for a second before she manages to flip back onto that charming smile. And she'll go, "Thank you, but white really isn't my colour."
Nice. Fair enough. Fair. It gets dirty very easily.
Doesn't it? I wonder if I might interest you in a trade.
Oh, okay.
I have these boots.
Cool. Okay.
That I came across. They may not be of use to people around here, but it looks like you travel to various markets.
Yeah, we'll take a look. And says, "Oh, they're finely made, and some care's gone into the embroidery and the detail work." I'd say, well, you say white's not your colour, but I'll say the 3 balls of yarn. Plus, what about this? And kind of shakes out. It's like a dark, like midnight blue, like sort of more of like a, I don't fucking know, sweater. It's a layer made of like thick wool, and it's got kind of like gold detailing around all the hems.
That looks much more to my taste, and definitely lovely and warm.
Yes. Well, yes. This I'll take that for the boots.
The deal is the deal.
Very good. Excellent.
Yep, hands them over.
Very good.
Thank you.
Nice.
And the 3 balls of wool, Steph doesn't know, but Wraith would. She will pick in her brother's 3 favourite colours for crocheting or knitting.
Oh,
That's
bless you.
cute.
I don't know what those colours would be, but I'm sure you would, April.
Black, red, and gold.
Black, red, and I'm going to say there wasn't gold, but there was buttercup yellow.
Aww.
Cute. That's cute. Amazing. Izzy, because I think you're not here for a few weeks after this. Was there anything you wanted to look at in the market?
Maybe, I don't know, like some books.
Yeah. So there is a bookstall. It is called Tome Raider, and it's run by a dwarf called Nisma. And yeah, same sort of deal. It's sort of like it's like a library on wheels. And you kind of go over there. Nins is kind of talking to some other people at the moment. Seems to be like haggling. But you can have a little look through the books that are there. Or if there's anything else you wanted, you can see if that's there too.
Ooh. Right. I get feral.
Yeah, of course you can. You kind of pick it up and take it over. And Nisma kind of sort of packages it up for you, wraps it up in little tissue paper, like brown parchment paper, and says, "This is one of my favourites." So, did you know the trails around here actually? Pennsylvania is like a day away from it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it heads north,
Which
kind
way?
of. Heads north up towards the capital, and then the trails. I think if you go a bit northwest, I think a day, you end up on it. Yeah, that's why we get so many travellers through here. That and between that and the temple attracts quite a lot of people. But yeah,
Have you done it yourself?
I want to do the whole thing one day. It's a goal of mine. I've done a little bit. I've done the Caldetta up through Royal so I've done this side of the continent, but I've not crossed an ocean so far to do it. But it does start actually. It starts about 1-2 days east of here. That's kind of the beginning, and then it goes up through Caldetta into Royal and then across Royal across to the AC Archipelago, and across the train, all through Zaprias, round through all the countries, before ending in Ufren. Yeah.
Well, I look forward to reading all about it.
Brilliant. I hope you have a good time. It's a lovely book. Anyone else interested in anything from anywhere? Or actually, to be fair, I'll leave
I
it because
am,
it's 10
but
o'clock.
I thought I'm sure the others want to shop as well.
And yes, yeah, it's 10 o'clock. I will cross off Feral. That's gone. But yeah, so we'll leave it there for 10 o'clock. But yeah, thank you everybody. Bit of more of a sort of, I don't know, stuff happened though. I was gonna say quiet, but we did stuff.
I will say this is the most notes I've written.
Really?
Since
Yeah.
the first one. So much lore has
Same.
been dropped
Yeah,
today.
I hope you don't mind the kind of ambush, Chloe, of
No,
of yeah.
very into
But yeah, so I will see most of you next week. You're in Japan, aren't you, Izzy, for the next like
Not
3 weeks?
next week.
Oh, is it not
Week
next
after.
week? Oh, that's
It's
good.
only
Oh, nice.
because we're not doing C1 next week that I won't see you for a while.
It. Gotcha. Nice. That makes
Yes, I'll be here
sense.
next week.
Oh, cool. Well, that's good then. Brill. Cool. Well, I'll see everyone next week. I think we've got everyone, but maybe Eleanor's not here.
I drew the caradog family home.
Oh my
I don't know
god.
if you can see very well.
Fuck off. That's so cute.
That's so
Aww.
cute.
Swamp Hobbit vibes.
Oh man, that's okay. Cool. We'll see who turns up next week. I don't know. It's gonna be here, isn't it? I'll be here.
I'll be
I'll be here. I'll be here.
I'll be the same.
Nice.
Will I be here? Yes, I will be here.
Oh, good.
Yeah. Cool. Bye.
All right. See you.
Thanks.
Chat.
Bye.
Bye.